Hey guys, it's Tara here. Welcome to the video. So today I'm going to be sharing something that I remember from when I turned 3, which is kind of ridiculous because who remembers anything from 3? But this is probably one of the only memories I have from turning 3 because our son Jagger just turned 3 a few days ago. So it got me thinking, and it is something that totally relates to where a lot of people are at right now in January, early January, trying to take advantage of that motivation you've got, trying to improve your health. So I promise to tie it all back to that. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Tara. I am a registered nurse. I'm a health coach, a nutrition coach, a fitness coach, and I help women get healthy, fit, and strong. Hey Kristen, thanks for joining. So, all right, so our son Jagger turned 3. Over the weekend, we had an awesome party for him here at the house, and it's probably going to be the last party for him here at the house for a while. So we did it with my daughter, and with him, the first 3 birthday parties were at the house. I don't know why. It was like this unspoken rule. And then after that, they seem to have enough friends and things that they want to go out and do something else that's fun. So it was bittersweet. It's probably our last little kid's home birthday party for at least a while. And yeah, so anyway, here's what I got gifted at the age of 3, okay? And it wasn't like a tangible item or anything. So my parents had this rule for both of my brothers and myself that at the age of 3 on, we had to do push-ups, sit-ups, and stretching at some point in the day, but before dinner time. I know that sounds really strict, and I certainly remember thinking at times that it was over the top and way too strict. But let me tell you a little bit more about it. So when we would hit the age of 3, we'd have to do 3 push-ups a day and 3 sit-ups a day and stretching for, 30 seconds or something like that. And then when we hit age 4, it was 4 push-ups, 4 sit-ups, and so on. So it was not a lot. You can imagine our form probably was not perfect. But I remember being very young and talking to other kids and realizing that this is not what went on in other kids' households. And when you're a kid, you never want to be different. So I remember feeling like, I don't really love this, right? My parents are too strict. This is ridiculous. But I also remember, and probably because I got certain feedback from other people, that's where we get it from a lot as kids, but I remember at some point being kind of proud of it. So maybe along the way, I had a few kids or adults or somebody saying like, oh, that's kind of cool or something like that. And at some point I kind of wore it as like a little bit of pride. Before dinner I've got to do push-ups and sit-ups or whatever. That was the gift. It's not the fact that I had to do the push-ups and sit-ups and all of that. It was the fact that I was given this thing to practice, this habit to take on to myself that helped me to form my identity as being a person who works out regularly. So you could ask yourself, what would those 3 push-ups do? Probably nothing. I mean, truth be told, they wouldn't have contributed a lot to my overall strength or fitness level or anything like that. But what they did do was they formed a habit, and more importantly, they really helped me to take on this self-identity that I was a person who worked out regularly. It was just not a question for me. So as I would get older, I just would continue to work out regularly, whatever that would look like for me. Whether it was practicing for track and field that I did, it would be like training for certain events. I was an ice skater, so then I'd be doing like certain very specific ice skating related moves. I got into weightlifting at a pretty young age. I was into that. Sometimes it was the running. It would change, but what would stay consistent was that, I'm just somebody who works out consistently. So when I would have those times where I would sort of veer off track and I wouldn't be as consistent in my working out, it felt off to me. So what felt comfortable and what felt right was that I work out consistently. The thing is, we've got so many different self-identities that we take on, and our brain scans for evidence that you're kind of in alignment with that self-identity. So this is why it was a gift for me, because it was something positive and it came at a very young age. You can do this now, whatever age you're at right now, you can certainly do this for yourself. You start to practice something small. It could be the same. It could be 3 push-ups and 3 sit-ups. Or I like to talk to people about working out for 5 minutes a day. And if that seems too hard for you, if you're like a brand new person to working out, then do 1 minute a day. 1 minute a day. You can't tell me you don't have the time for that. You can't tell me that you don't have the money for it because it's free. And you can make it as part of your habit. Sorry, phone call. More important than the fact that you... Sorry, I got thrown off by the phone call. More important than the fact that you're doing this as a habit is that identity that you're starting to relate with. Because once it gets ingrained in you that you're somebody who works out consistently, then you will find evidence to prove that, okay? So if you're coming from a place like so many people are, that is, I fail at everything I try, I never stay consistent, you know, a lot of people do try different diets and then they tell me, oh, I always fall off the bandwagon. All of this self-talk that you're doing with yourself is your brain reaching for evidence that you're in alignment with who you think you are. So you might think that you are somebody who never follows through. You may think that you're somebody who quits. You may think that you're somebody who just can't do these tough things. If this is what you think about yourself, then you will be always looking for that evidence in the past in your life or even in the present, things that you're doing right now. Oh, see, this is why I can't lose the weight. I can't stick with anything. And that's a cycle that just replays and replays and replays. So I'm using working out today as an example because this is what I have for me from when I was 3 years old, but you can use this for whatever. You know, I'm specifically talking about your health, but if it's for food shopping, eating healthier, cutting something out of your diet that you know is not healthy for you. Maybe you drink soda and your one goal to focus on right now is to cut out the soda or cut back on the soda. You will start to do it and you will start to make it a habit and you will start to realize that you are that person that can make those things happen. Excuse me. I want you to think about this scenario. I'm talking to 2 people. One person I say, do you want a cigarette? And that person says, no, thank you. I'm trying to quit. Okay? The second person I say, do you want a cigarette? And they say, no, thank you. I'm not a smoker. You could see the difference there and which person, if you had to take a guess, would stick to not smoking, right? They're both trying to do the same thing. They're both trying to not smoke. But on one hand, someone's saying, I'm really trying to not smoke. They're sort of resisting that. They're like, I'm trying, but it's hard, right? So they're resisting that whole thing. It's like somebody, no, I'm on a diet. I can't have that donut. I'm on a diet. You could feel that they're resisting. They're having trouble. They haven't yet turned themselves around to the person that they just take this on as their identity. Whereas that second person who said, no, thank you, I'm not a smoker, it felt very effortless. They were telling you who they were. They weren't telling you what they were trying to resist. They were just telling you what they were actually doing, right? So instead of focusing on the negative, they were focusing on the positive and who they are. That self-identity is so important. You need to align with the person that you want to be to get the change that you want to get. So before you make the changes, you need to be the person that gets the changes that you want, okay? So before you lose the weight, tone up, get healthier, all that stuff, before you just do that, there's a stepping stone here. You need to step into the shoes of the person that would get those types of results, okay? So the person that would get those types of results is somebody who is consistent with whatever you're trying to do, feels that they are that type of person. I'm just a person that works out regularly. I'm just a person that eats healthy foods most of the time. None of this is about 100%. Okay? Even if you're a person who works out consistently, that doesn't mean you miss a day because you have the flu or you take a couple of rest days a week or anything like that. It just means, what do you do most of the time? I'm a person who works out consistently. It means most of the time you work out, okay? It could be 1 minute or it could be 60 minutes. It could be whatever it means to you, but it's just got to be something, okay? It could be 10 squats. It's really as little or as much as it makes sense in your life. So step into the shoes of the person that you need to be to get the results that you want to have. Okay, so that was my gift at age of 3. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And hopefully it's something that you can take on right now. And just think about your identity, okay? When you hear yourself saying those other things, the negative self-talk, I can't do this, I never do this, switch it around and look at things that you've done that's proven that you've done it in the past, okay? Or if you can't find anything in the past that shows that you've been this person, you can change that right now. You can decide to be that person right now. So right now, as you're wherever you are, go and do 10 squats, okay? And then you can say that you worked out today. And then tomorrow do something else. And eventually you're gonna say, I've worked out every day for 7 days. And then you're gonna bring it to 2 weeks. And it's just gonna come naturally, okay? You will be able to adjust that progress as much as you need to. Right now it's not about the progress. Right now it's about forming the habit and identifying as somebody who does this on a consistent basis. I hope that helps. If you like videos like this and you want more tips and resources for your health journey, wherever you're at right now, I share healthy recipes, I share weekly workouts, we do challenges of the week, all of those things. Everything is 100% free inside my Facebook group. It's called Lean In with Tara Allen Health. I just ask that you're a nice person. That's the only thing, because we like to be really supportive and uplifting to each other. But if you're a nice person, come on and request to join, and I would be happy to have you inside the group. I'll post the link down in the bottom of the comments. Have a wonderful day. See you in the next video. Bye.